Hey y'all, it's Trent. I just wanted to record a quick video for you. This is kind of a refresher course on microphone placement for podcasting. So I've noticed over the last few weeks kind of some issues here and there about microphones that aren't quite placed properly, and it results in having to do a lot of post-production work on my end to clean that up in the editing process. And while I do have a large bag of tricks and I can fix quite a few things, ultimately if we capture the audio in a really clear, good way up front, then it's always going to sound better than having to try to fix it after the fact, because sometimes there's problems that just tie my hands. I can't really do anything about them. So first of all, the goal of microphone placement, the number one goal, is to make sure that I get a nice, clean, clear capture of the direct sound of your voice, and as best I can, I remove the sound of the room around you. So as you know, if you're sitting in a very echoey environment with lots of hard walls that are parallel to each other, like most rooms, most interior rooms, your voice bounces off those walls and it reflects around and it comes back and hits the mic. And it hits the mic just a fraction of a second behind the direct sound of your voice. And if the sound of the echo is really loud relative to the sound of your voice, then it smears the sound, it makes it difficult for people to hear you, and ultimately it impacts the content of what you're trying to put out there because people just can't hear you very well. And as you know, now that we have lots of podcasts that are very well produced out there, there's really no excuse for bad audio, right? It's a good reason for listeners to go, yeah, I'm gonna change the channel. So, good news is I've set you up with microphones that are really well designed for handling a wide variety of interiors, since I know some of you are in studios, some of you are not. You're on location a lot of times, so you can't control the acoustics of your room. All right, let's get to it. Microphone placement. So, first thing I want you to do is set up close enough to the microphone so that I get a nice clear capture of your voice with as minimal amount of room sound as you can get, but also you're not so close that you're gonna pop the mic or you're going to get a very pronounced bass effect. That's called proximity effect. So to do that, I want you to be about 3 to 4 finger widths away from the microphone. So put your fingers together, place them in front of your mouth. That's how far you should be from the microphone. So if I do that, okay, there we go. That is the proper distance to speak from the microphone. It's probably about 3 to 6 inches away. It's not any further away than that. If you get further away, you introduce more and more room sound and less of your direct sound. That's very difficult for me to clean up. If you get really close, then the sound of your voice gets really bassy and muffled, and you risk popping the microphone, right? Okay. The second thing is notice that the microphone is not directly on axis with my mouth, right? This would be on axis. Even worse would be if the microphone was raised up and pointed directly at my mouth. Okay, there's a really good reason for that. We don't want to pick up a lot of mouth noises. That includes pops, plosives as we call them, but it also includes lip smacks, those kind of sounds, especially when you're drinking too much coffee, right? You're not very well hydrated. We're trying to minimize as many of those as we can. And the way to do that is to place the microphone to the side, but pointed at your mouth. This is the golden rule. Point the microphone at your mouth. Don't point the mouth at the mic. All right, I'll repeat that. Point the microphone at your mouth, at the center of your mouth, but don't point your mouth into the mic. All right, what that means in practice is that the microphone is going to be approximately 30 to 45 degrees off axis, pointed towards the corner of your mouth. Or actually, it's pointed towards the center of your mouth, but it's located at the corner of your mouth. So as I'm talking to you, looking straight ahead, all of the blasts of air of my mouth are coming forward. They're not getting into the microphone, but the microphone's still picking up all of my voice because it's pointed right at the mouth where all the sound is generated. Okay, we can do a quick experiment with that if you're still with me. Take your palm, place it in front of your face, maybe 12 to 18 inches away. I'm going to move the microphone to the side for a second. Make the sound P, and make it real hard P, puh, puh, P, P. Now move your palm across the front of your mouth. P, 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 P. There we go. You'll notice that as you move your palm across the center of your mouth while you're saying the letter P, that you'll feel a blast of air, okay? If you let that blast of air get into the microphone, it's going to collapse the diaphragm and cause that nasty, muffled kind of popping sound, right? We're trying to avoid that. So you'll notice as you keep moving your palm across your face, once you get to the corner of your mouth, P, 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 P. Right there, once I get to the corner of my mouth, I can't hear that, I can't feel that blast of air anymore. That's where the microphone should go, okay? Corner of the mouth, about 4 finger widths away, pointed towards the center of my mouth, and I'm just looking straight ahead. If you're talking with a guest across the table, you're just looking straight ahead at the guest, having a conversation as if the microphone wasn't there. If you're recording this yourself on Skype or Zoom, then you're just looking straight ahead at the monitor, talking as if the mic wasn't there. It's going to do its job, you'll do your job, and everything will sound good. So anyway, if you have any questions, give me a call. Happy to set up a Skype meeting or a Zoom meeting with you and go over this and make sure that you are getting everything set up correctly. And hope that helps. All right, have a good weekend. Good talking to you. Bye-bye.